Hello friends, welcome back. Sir, I hope you people enjoyed with my previous Java 9 sessions. Sir, we covered JPMS concept, J-link, and then the next new topic, what I'm ready to talk, sir, Java 9 HTTP2 client. Can you spell out what is the topic we are going to discuss? Java 9 HTTP2 client, right? Sir, what is the purpose of this concept? First, you have to get and what advantage of this concept I will discuss, right? Sir, what is the need? What is the purpose of this concept, sir? I want the purpose in a single line, sir. Can you please explain, like you may ask? Sir, I hope you people today, if you check current day, how many times you send a HTTP request? Are you getting? To check this YouTube video, okay, you send the request. Or to check this Udemy video, you send the request. Or to check your Gmail, you send one HTTP request. Correct or not? Sir, every day, being any person, need not be software engineer, sir, any person, every day we are sending several HTTP requests, right? To check anything in the web, compulsory we require to send which request, sir? HTTP request only. Sir, I want to check my Gmail. What you are going to do, sir? Here, HTTP www.gmail.com. Are you getting HTTP www.gmail.com? Is it a HTTP request or not? Yes, sir. Okay. Sir, I want to check my Facebook. Sir, is there any updations are there like? Then automatically you are going to check http://www.facebook.com. Are you getting that? Facebook.com you are going to check. Sir, I want to order an item in the Amazon. I want to buy a new book in the Amazon, sir. Then automatically http www.amazon.com or .in, like you are going to click. Are you getting? Sir, what all these things, right? These things are HTTP requests only. Remember that. Sir, how you can send a HTTP request? Are you getting? How you send? You open the browser. Are you getting? One special software must be required to send this HTTP request. What that special software is? Browser. Clear, right? Sir, you are using either Internet Explorer or Mozilla or otherwise Chrome, like by using some browser. I will open the browser. Have a look once, sir. I will open the browser, sir. From the browser I will type this HTTP URL. Now the request will goes to server. Are you getting right? Now the request will goes to web server. Okay, this request is nothing but HTTP request. Now, sir, I will get the response in the same browser. Are you getting? Now what response I'm going to get, sir? HTTP response I'm going to get. Okay, that's all, sir. Every day, sir, being a person, okay, need not be software engineer, sir. Any person require this type of information, sir. Being a human being, compulsory these days. Every day we are going to send several requests. Are you getting? Sir, to send HTTP request, sir, what thing we are using, what software we are using, what client we are using is a browser. Are you getting? Which thing we are using, sir? Browser. This browser is by default considered as web client. By using browser software, we can send a HTTP request. Now the request will reach the server. Server can process that request and server will provide response, HTTP response. Now by using the same browser, we can able to see the response. Are you getting? This is the normal layman terminology, right? Okay, like, sir, now my requirement is, sir, I don't want to send the request from browser. I don't want to send a HTTP request from the browser. I want to send a HTTP request from Java application. Remember that instead of browser, what thing I'm going to use, right? Java application I'm going to use. Remember that. From Java program. If you want to send HTTP request, if you want to process HTTP response, some API must be required or not? That API is nothing but HTTP client. Remember this one, sir. What is our topic name? Java 9 HTTP2 client. Okay, for which purpose we are going to use this one? From Java program, if you want to send HTTP request from Java program, if you want to send a HTTP request, and if you want to get HTTP response and process that response, some API must be be required. That API is nothing but Java 9 HTTP2 client. Now observe a bit very carefully about this one, sir. Sir, I have a small Java program is there. Are you getting? Sir, this is my Java program. Assume that, sir, it may be test.java. Sir, Java program. Java program or Java application. I want to send a request to HTTP, I mean web server. I want to send the request to web server. Which request, sir? It is HTTP request I want to send to server. Now server will provide which one, sir? HTTP response. Are you getting? HTTP response. Now this response should be processed by this Java application. Are you getting? From Java application I have to send HTTP request. Now I will get the response. That response should be processed. Sir, for all these activities, some API must be required, sir, inside Java program. That API itself is nothing but HTTP API or HTTP2 client, sir. Okay, like, are you? So up to this, everyone should be in a position to understand, sir, for which purpose we are going to use HTTP2 client. Are you getting right? Sir, from Java program to send HTTP request and to process HTTP response, some API must be required. That API itself is nothing but what? HTTP2 client, which came in Java 9. Remember that, sir. Sir, do you know, sir, I want to write a Java program. From Java program, I want to send a request to Gmail. Now I will get inbox. That inbox information I have to display for the end user, sir. Are you getting that? Sir, I want to send a request from my Java program, sir, to Facebook. Now I have to get Facebook updates from Java program. How you can able to do? For that, which concept is required, sir? Here, Java 9 HTTP2 client. Remember this one, sir. Sir, now you may immediately have the doubt. Sir, this concept came in which version? This concept came in which version? Java 9. Have you observed in the title only I kept Java 9 HTTP2 client. Then if this concept came in Java 9, sir, before Java 9, how the people are going to use, how the people are going to send HTTP request from Java application? Until Java 8, the Java programmers are using one special class to send HTTP request. What that special class is? HTTP URL connection. Can you please repeat once again, sir? What is that one? HTTP URL connection. By using this Java class, the people are sending HTTP request from the Java application until 1.8 version. But in the 1.9 version, this concept came. Happily, the people are going to use this concept, right? Then immediately you may ask another doubt. Sir, this concept already there. Sir, until 1.8 version, the people are using this concept only. What is the need of this new client? Are you getting right? Very simple. Old concept is there, but still new concept is coming. Means old concept, there are some problems are there. To overcome these problems, a new concept came. Anywhere generalization only, sir. Sir, I have already my old mobile. Okay, why you are going for new mobile? Sir, there are some problems are there with this old mobile. There are some advantages I'm going to get with this new mobile. Because of that, I'm going for the new. Same concept. This HTTP URL connection, there are several problems are there. Okay, to overcome these problems, okay, we should go for what? Java 9 HTTP2 client. Remember that, sir, which problems are there? Do you know? Very dangerous problems, right? What is the reason for that is HTTP URL connection class came in Java. Which version of Java? This one. HTTP URL connection came in which version of Java? But this HTTP2 client came in Java 9. But this concept came in which version? Do you know? 1.1 version. 1.1 version of Java only this concept came, sir. 1.1 version of Java came in which year? Do you know? 1997, sir. Are you getting? 1997 concept we are using in 2017. How stupidness, man. Especially in the web area, sir, day to day, n number of new things are coming. But sir, in 2017 also, you required to use HTTP URL connection which was introduced in the 1997. So how we are going to miss n number of benefits, right? Because of this bloody concept. Are you getting? It is a legacy concept. It is a legacy concept. n number of problems worldwide programmers faced because of this HTTP URL connection. What problems are there? Those things I will discuss. Don't worry about in detail, right? So just from this concept, you people should aware only one point, sir. What is the purpose of Java 9 HTTP2 client? From Java application to send HTTP request, and once I got the response, to process that response in my Java program, some special software must be required, some special API must be required. That API is nothing but what? HTTP2 client, which came in Java 9. So before Java 9, how the people are communicated? By using HTTP URL connection. This is the legacy class. With these several problems are there. All those problems by default are resolved with Java 9 HTTP2 client. Clear for all of it? Sir, what problems are there with this concept I will discuss. Just up to this, let me show the material so that you people can get much clarity, right? Observe that a bit carefully. Okay, Java 9 HTTP2 client. Okay, sir, what is the purpose? What is the purpose of HTTP2 client, sir? HTTP2 client is one of the most exciting features for which developers are waiting for long time, because 1997 concept only we are using, right? Okay, in 2017 also. That's why the worldwide programmers waited long time for the new client. Sir, luckily that client is nothing but HTTP2 client. By using this new HTTP2 client from Java application, we can send HTTP request and we can process HTTP response. Clear, right? This diagram already I explained on the board. Java application, HTTP to client API, we can able to send HTTP request to the web server. Now I will get HTTP response. Sir, prior to Java 9, we are using HTTP URL connection class to send HTTP request and to process HTTP response. It is the legacy class which was introduced at the part of JDK 1.1 1997. There are several problems are there with this HTTP URL connection class. Are you able to understand, right? Sir, make sure what is the purpose of Java 9 HTTP2 client. Clear, right? Sir, up to if you feel comfortable, then what problems are there with the HTTP URL connection I will discuss, right? Clear up to this? Sir, now I will explain what are various problems are there with the traditional HTTP URL connection class. Do you know, right? So from Java application, if you want to send HTTP request until 1.8 version, we dependent on HTTP URL connection, right? But with this concept, there are several problems are there, sir. What problems are there with this HTTP URL connection class? Sir, problem number 1. Okay, do you know this HTTP URL connection came in which version? JDK 1.1 version. Regarding Java 1.1 version, which came in 1997. Remember that. So this class supports only HTTP 1.1 version. Remember that. It's going to support only one HTTP 1.1 version protocol only, but not HTTP 2, sir. But not HTTP 2, because HTTP 2 came in 2015. HTTP 2 came in 2015, but HTTP URL connection class came in 1997. That's why HTTP URL connection class supports only HTTP 1.1 protocol only. It doesn't support, okay, it doesn't support HTTP 2.0 version. Remember that, okay? Sir, it supports only HTTP 1.1. There are several problems are there with this HTTP 1.1, sir. What is the first problem is, it supports only text. Regarding it supports only text, but not binary data. Sir, HTTP 1.1 won't provide support for binary data, sir. It supports only for one text data. Second one, sir, a bit very important, sir. Per TCP connection, at a time, how many requests you are going to send, sir? Only one request. In the HTTP 1.1 protocol, per TCP connection, at a time, how many requests you are going to send, sir? Only one request at a time. Sir, after completing first request, then only you can send second request. After completing second request, then only you can send third request. Then automatically, sir, network is always busy, performance issues by default will come in the picture. Clear for all of it? So at a time, only one request. At a time, only one request we can send, right? So performance problems are going to come, network traffic by default is going to be increases, right? Clear up to this? So HTTP URL connection supports only HTTP 1.1 protocol but not HTTP 2 protocol. With HTTP 1.1 protocol, okay, there are some problems are there. Obviously these are the problems of HTTP URL connection. Sir, HTTP 1.1 supports only text data but not binary data. Per TCP connection, at a time, how many requests we can able to send, sir? Only one request. Obviously performance problems will come, network traffic by default is going to be raised, right? Clear up to this? Next, second dangerous mistake, second very important problems are with the HTTP URL connection. Second problem is supports or works only in blocking mode. Remember this one, sir? Or it works only in blocking mode. Blocking mode is also known as synchronous mode. Are you getting? Blocking mode is also known as synchronous mode. Sir, compulsory you people should be aware what is synchronous communication. Asynchronous communication, some people may heard already. The people who don't know, just observe that. Very very important, sir. Synchronous communication, asynchronous communication. Synchronous communication is also known as blocking mode, sir. What it means? The name itself indicates. Have you observed blocking mode? What it means is, if I send a request to server, sir, then I have to wait until getting the response. Sir, response is going to come, assume within 1 day, 24 hours time. Then 24 hours time I have to wait. I won't do any other activity. Sir, wait until getting the response. This thing is by default considered as synchronous communication or blocking mode. Remember that. But suppose best example, sir, I send a request. I don't want to wait for the response. Okay, I will do my other activities, right? Once a response is ready, then I can use that. Are you getting? So we are not required to wait until getting the response. Such type of mode is nothing but what? A synchronous communication. Sir, non-blocking mode. You are not required to block. You are not required to wait. Okay, once a response is ready, then you can use. But meanwhile, if you are having any other work, happily you can do, sir. So blocking mode never recommended, because performance problems are going to come in the picture. Because until getting the response, I have to wait. I should not do any other activity. Automatically performance by default is going to be down. But in the case of asynchronous communication, we are not required to wait, man. Happily we can do other activities. Best example for you, sir, you getting the mail, SMS communication, mail communication, all these things are asynchronous communication. Just I'm sending the mail. It doesn't mean immediately that person is going to check the mail, immediately is going to send the response. Whenever he is going to check, then he will get the information. Such type of thing is nothing but what? Asynchronous communication. Sir, best if you want to talk over the phone, sir, I'm calling, how are you? Then immediately I will wait until getting the response. Arey, have you completed lunch? I'm waiting until getting the response. Are you good? So phone call communication is nothing but synchronous communication. Mail communication, SMS communication is nothing but by default asynchronous communication. Remember that. I hope everyone can able to understand, right? So HTTP URL connection supports only synchronous communication, blocking mode only. It never going to support asynchronous communication, right? So obviously performance problem is going to come or not? Yes, this is second problem, right? Supports only blocking mode, synchronous mode. It never going to support asynchronous communication, right? Next, third problem, sir, this HTTP URL connection is difficult to use. It is not simple API. It is difficult to use, right? Huge code we require to write for small requirements also. It is difficult to use. Clear for all of you, right? So until 1.8 version, if you want to send HTTP request from Java application, if you want to process HTTP response, obviously we are always going to use which class, right? HTTP URL connection. Sir, with HTTP URL connection, there are several problems are there. So, first problem, it supports only HTTP 1.1 protocol, but not HTTP 2.0 version. Because of that, the bigger problem is going to come. Sir, only text we can able to provide support, but not binary data. Next, at a time, only one request per TCP by IP connection, right? You can't send multiple requests simultaneously. Performance problems are going to come. Next, the second one, sir, it supports only synchronous communication, but not asynchronous communication. Under this class, usage of this class is difficult to the programmer. Sir, are you able to understand, right? So, there are some problems are there with the HTTP URL connection. Sir, HTTP URL connection came in which year? 1997. Sir, for the last 20 years, Java developers are facing all these problems or not? That's why Java developers requested Sun Microsystems, or requested Java people, can you please provide some alternative? We are very difficult to use this concept because several limitations are there. Can you please provide alternative? Like worldwide programming experts requested Java vendor. Then automatically first time they requested, no response. Second time they requested, no response from Java vendor, no response from Sun Microsystem. Third time, no response. Then slowly worldwide programming experts, started using third-party HTTP clients, right? Because the inbuilt HTTP client provided by Java not that much useful. That's why slowly worldwide programming experts started using third-party HTTP clients. Like, do you know the most popular third-party HTTP client? Apache HTTP client. Are you getting? Apache HTTP client. Next and after that, Google HTTP client. Google HTTP client, like most of the Java programmers already migrated to use these HTTP clients in our Java program, because inbuilt HTTP client provided by Java HTTP URL connection not up to the mark. Are you in a position to understand, right? That's why JDK engineers addresses all these problems and introduced a brand new HTTP 9. Sir, I mean Java 9 HTTP 2 client, right? I hope everyone can able to understand, right? So that's why I used the word, this is the most exciting, long-awaited concept for Java developers, this HTTP client, right? Okay? From Java 9 version onward, Java's inbuilt client only you can use. You are not required to go for third-party HTTP clients. Clear for all of you up to this? So what problems are there with the HTTP URL connection? Clear, right? Okay, let me show in our material so that you people can get much clarity, right? Observe that problems with the traditional HTTP URL connection class. It is very difficult to use. Yes, it's very difficult to use. It supports only HTTP 1 protocol but not HTTP 2, which came in the 2015, where we can send only one request at a time per TCP connection, which creates network traffic problems and performance problem. It supports only text data but not binary data. Are you getting right? So these are the problems with the HTTP 1.1 protocol. Automatically these are the problems with HTTP URL connection class. Next, it works only in blocking mode. What is the meaning of blocking mode, sir? Synchronous mode, which creates performance problems because we have to wait until getting the response. We require to wait until getting the response. That's why it supports only blocking mode, which creates performance problems, right? Because of these problems, slowly the developers started using third-party HTTP clients like Apache HTTP client, Google HTTP client like this. JDK 9 engineers addresses these issues and introduced a brand new HTTP 2 client in Java 9. Are you able to understand, right? Sir, up to this is very clear for you. What is the purpose of HTTP 2 Java 9 client? Are you getting HTTP 2 client introduced in Java 9? In the old HTTP URL connection, what problems are there? Okay, like now, sir, all these problems by default got resolved in Java 9 HTTP client, sir. Java 9 HTTP 2 client, all these problems by default got resolved. Sir, what is the first problem? First problem, HTTP URL connection is the difficult to use or not? Yes, obviously it is a very difficult to use, but HTTP to client is a lightweighted, sir. Are you getting? It is a lightweighted component and easy to use. Remember this, it's a very lightweight component. With a very less code only, you can able to process the request, you can able to process HTTP response, you can able to send. Sir, very simple, sir, very simple. That's why it's a lightweight component and easy to use. Next, second biggest advantage, this Java 9 HTTP to client supports both the versions of protocols, right? HTTP 1.1 and HTTP 2 also. Then automatically, if it supports both 1.1 and HTTP 2, happily we can handle text data, and even binary data also we can able to handle, no problem at all. I hope everyone can able to understand, right? We can handle text data as well as binary data also we can able to handle, no issue at all. Next, per TCP connection, any number of requests we can able to send because it supports asynchronous communication or not. We are not required to wait until getting the response. That's why happily it is going to provide support for multiple requests at a time you can able to send, no problem at all. Sir, are you getting? Multiple requests at a time we can send, no issue at all. Next, third one, sir. This Java 9 HTTP to client can work in blocking mode, non-blocking mode. Support synchronous communication, asynchronous communication, no problem at all. Are you getting right? It support synchronous communication and then async communication, right? Okay, but how you can able to communicate with this HTTP to client, that part I will discuss, don't worry about that. Sir, clear for all of it? That's why from Java 9 version onwards, from Java program, if you want to send a HTTP request, if you want to process HTTP response, don't use a third party libraries. Better to use Java's inbuilt HTTP to client. Clear for all of it? Sir, what problems are there with HTTP URL connection? What advantages are there with the Java 9 HTTP to client? Clear? Sir, just have a look in our material, sir. Observe that. Advantages of Java 9 HTTP to client. It is the lightweight and very easy to use. It supports both HTTP 1.1 and HTTP 2 protocol. It supports both the text and binary data. Are you getting that? Happily it's going to support both the text and binary data. It can work in both the blocking and non-blocking mode. Synchronous communication, asynchronous communication, both are possible, right? It provides better performance and scalability when compared with the traditional URL connection. Is it clear for all of you, right? That's all. So these are various advantages of HTTP 9 Java 9 HTTP to client. Clear, right? Sir, that's all, sir. From this discussion, only 3 points you people should be aware. What is the need of Java 9 HTTP to client? From Java program to send a HTTP request, and once you are getting the response, to process that response, some API must be required. That API is nothing but HTTP to client. This API came in which version? 1.9 version. But before 1.9, how the people communicated with the web server? From Java program by using HTTP URL connection class, sir, which came in 1997. Okay, there are several problems are there with this. Java developers struggled like anything with the limitations of HTTP URL connection. That's why, sir, slowly Java programmers migrated to third party HTTP clients like Apache and Google HTTP clients. So there are several problems. To overcome this problem, Java 9 HTTP to client came. What advantage of Java 9 HTTP client when compared with HTTP URL connection? All the things are very clear for you people, right? Basic introduction. What HTTP to client? What is the advantages? Right. That's all, sir. Thank you. Sir, in the last video we covered what is the need of HTTP to client. Next, what advantages of HTTP to client when compared with HTTP URL connection. Completed right up to this. It's very clear for you people, right? Sir, now what important components are there in Java 9 HTTP to client. Are you getting? Sir, important components of Java 9 HTTP to client. I'm ready to talk, sir. So now this Java 9 HTTP to client came as the part of incubator module. Are you getting that? What is the module name, sir? Incubator module. Okay, sir, this Java 9 HTTP to client came at the part of incubator module. Sir, complete sir module, fully qualified name of this module I'm going to provide. Sir, module, just observe that. Which module? JDK dot incubator, JDK dot incubator dot HTTP client. Remember this one. Sir, can you read once again? Yeah, the part of which module? What is the module name, sir? JDK dot incubator dot HTTP client. Remember that. Now I have one small doubt is there, sir. What is incubator? Regarding HTTP Java dot JDK dot incubator. Why the word incubator? What is the meaning of incubator, sir? Sir, have you ever heard this word incubator? Yes, man. Incubator. Have you ever heard about this word? Incubator module, incubator. Huh? Yo. No, you never heard. Sir, my first question is, are you married? Are you married? If you are married, if you are having the kids, definitely this word, definitely you may heard in your lifetime. Remember that. Okay? Or if you are not going to be married, sir, I didn't get married, not yet. Definitely in the future, you are going to come across this incubator word in our life. What is this incubator, sir? Very simple, sir. Do you know, usually, baby boy or baby girl, when born is going to be happen? After 9 months, are getting that, sir? Just a few days, 9th month to 10th month of the mother. So baby boy or baby girl is going to be baby is going to be born. Correct, right? Sir, sometimes, do you know, sometimes baby may born at the 7th month only, 8th month only. Have you ever heard at least in your family this type of word? Yes. So in the 7th month only delivery happened, or in the 8th month only delivery happened. Such type of, sir, babies are prematured babies. Are you getting that? Or premature delivery. Okay, it's not delivery complete cycle not completed, sir. Sir, in the middle only, 7th month only, 8th month only, sir, baby got delivered. Are you getting? So like that is called prematured delivery, prematured baby, right? Sir, if the baby came out just at 7th month or 8th month, then automatically not fully matured. Regarding not fully matured, some artificial box the doctors are going to use, some box the doctors are going to use to keep this baby boy or baby girl, okay, inside the box. Remember that for a few days, 2 days or 3 days or 1 week, they are going to keep inside a box. Now that box itself is going to provide, okay, support for to grow that kid. Remember that, sir. Okay, so such type of box is nothing but incubator box. Are you getting that? So incubator box meant for prematured babies. Remember that. Okay? Sir, if you want to open the Google so that you can able to see with your eye. Have a look once. Sir, let me open the Google. Sir, Google, sir, have you observed? I'm open the browser. Now I send which request, sir? HTTP request. HTTP or HTTPS request. Right? From the Google, just I'm sending the request. Okay, what we call? Can you spell out? What is the name? Incubator box for babies. Are you getting that? Incubator box for babies. If you observe that, then automatically incubator box for babies is going to come. So images like, have you observed, right? Images. If you are seeing all these things are nothing but incubator boxes, right? Have you? I hope you people are able to see. Okay, sir, incubator box. Are you seeing all these are incubator boxes, right? Sir, this is incubator box because prematured babies are going to keep inside these boxes for few days. Are you getting? So this is now you people got the word incubator. What is the meaning, right? Incubator means not fully matured, prematured. Remember that. Sir, this Java 9 HTTP to client also. Okay, not fully matured concepts are still the development going on. Remember, that's why this concept came at the part of incubator module. Remember that still development is going on about this concept. That's why it is considered as incubator. It is the part of incubator module. Clear for all of you, right? So what is the module name? Java 9 important components. This is Java 9. This module came, HTTP 2 client module came, JDK dot incubator dot HTTP client. Next and after that, what is the package? What is the package name, sir? Sir, package name JDK dot incubator dot JDK dot incubator dot HTTP package. Are you getting? So if you want to use Java 9 HTTP2 client, which module we require to use? JDK dot incubator dot HTTP client. Next, which package we require to use? JDK dot incubator dot HTTP. Make sure, sir, remember in our programs I'm going to use this module, I'm going to use this package. Remember. Next, what are various important classes are there? Sir, I want to use this HTTP 9, HTTP 2 client to send a HTTP request, to process HTTP response. Sir, which important classes I require to use? Very simple, sir. 3 classes you require to use. Can you spell out how many classes, right? 3 classes. What is the first one is HTTP client. Have you observed? What is the first class, right? HTTP client class. Okay, sir, by using HTTP client, we can send a request. We can send a request to the web server. That's why HTTP client. Second one, sir, HTTP request. Sir, which request you want to send? Which request you want to send? With the URL, we require to create HTTP request object. Sir, HTTP client is ready. HTTP request object is ready. By using this client, you can send the request. If you send the request, now you will get what? HTTP response. That's why HTTP response is a Java class. Remember that HTTP response is a Java class. Observe that, sir, 3 important classes we are going to use as the part of this Java 9 HTTP2 client. What is the first one, sir? HTTP client. What is the second one? HTTP request. And what is the third one, sir? HTTP response. Remember, very simple word. By using HTTP client, we are going to send HTTP request. Now you will get HTTP response. These are the 3 classes what we are going to use as the part of HTTP2 client. Clear, right? Sir, what is the module name? What is the module name? What is the package name? Next and after that, which important classes we are going to use? Clear? But one small twist is there. Okay, what is the twist is? Observe that, sir, this module HTTP2 client is the part of incubator, right? Not fully matured concept, right? Not fully matured concept, right? You can remember. That's why what happened is, by default, this module is not available to our program. Remember that, sir. So this module is not available to our program. Make sure, sir. So it is not available to our program. So how we can, sir? Explicitly, we have to read this module. Mandatory, right, sir? How you can read? Why it is not available? Very simple. I told, right? It is not fully matured concept. That's why by default this module is not available to our program. If you want this module, you require to read explicitly. How you can able to read, sir? Sir, do you know? Suppose my module name is demo module. Observe that, module, demo module. Module, demo module. Sir, what is this file? You have to tell. Almost around 20 videos I did in the JPMS concept. You should aware, sir. What is this file? Module-info.java. Inside module-info, compulsory we have to use requires. Which module you requires, right? JDK dot incubator dot HTTP client module I require explicitly. compulsory we require to write, sir. Are you able to understand? Sir, you may ask, all the remaining Java modules by default available, but why this particular module is not available? Simple, sir. It is not fully matured concept. Are you getting? So that's why compulsory we have to read explicitly. Then only this module is available to our program. Clear, right? Okay. Sir, this is one small care you require to take. Next, even whenever we are using this module, at the time of compilation, at the time of execution, sir, we are going to get warnings, because the reason is it is incubator, not fully matured concept. That's why. But even still you are getting the warnings, no problem. You can able to execute the programs. Okay. Still this concept is in development to add some more extra power to this HTTP2 client. Clear, right? Sir, these total things is the part of important components of Java 9 HTTP2 client. One module, one package, 3 classes. Next we require to read module explicitly. What is the module name? What is the module name? jdk.incubator.http client. What is the package name? jdk.incubator.http. Next, can you please tell 3 important classes of the HTTP2 clients are 3 things: HTTP client, HTTP request, HTTP response. Sir, by using HTTP client, we can send HTTP request. Now we are going to get HTTP response. Are you in a position to understand, right? These total things are nothing but components of, important components of HTTP2 client. Just let me show in our material so that you people can feel comfortable, right? Observe that. Observe a bit carefully. Here, have a look once. Important components of Java 9 HTTP2 client. In Java 9, HTTP2 client provided as incubator as the part of incubator module. Sir, what is the module name? jdk.incubator.http client. Package jdk.incubator.http. Mainly 3 important classes are available. What is the first one? HTTP client, HTTP request, and HTTP response. Next, sir, incubator module is by default not available to our Java application. Hence, compulsory we should read explicitly by using requires directive. Sir, why by default it is not available? Because it is not fully matured concept. Module, demo module requires jdk.incubator.http client. Clear for all of you, right? Sir, that's all. These are various important components of HTTP2 client. Clear, right? That's all. Sir, up to this it's very clear what is the purpose of HTTP2 client, what are various important components are there inside HTTP2 client. Clear, right? Sir, now I want to explain the steps to send HTTP request and to process HTTP response from Java application, right? Sir, very simple. We have 3 classes are there. Have you remembered, right? Sir, inside Java 9, I mean HTTP2 client API, important main 3 classes are available. One is HTTP client, second one is HTTP request, and then third one is HTTP response. Now I'm ready to use these 3 classes, right? Can you please observe? Sir, steps to send HTTP request and the process HTTP response from Java application. Sir, step number 1. Observe that very carefully, sir. Sir, create HTTP client object. Are you getting? Create HTTP client object. Sir, first we require to create HTTP client. Sir, how to create that part I will discuss. First, aware all the steps summary, sir. Next, once we created HTTP client, next create HTTP request object. Are you getting? Create HTTP request object. Sir, I want to create HTTP request. Sir, client is ready, request is ready. By using HTTP client object, HTTP client object, send request, send our request and get HTTP response. Are you getting that? And get HTTP response. Clear for all of you, right? Sir, what is the first step? Create client object, HTTP client object, create HTTP request object. Next, by using HTTP client object, sir, send a request and get a HTTP response. Once a response is ready, process HTTP response. Are getting process HTTP response. That's all, sir. This is the outline. If you want to send a HTTP request and process HTTP response from Java application, everyone can able to understand, right? Can you spell out, sir? Create HTTP client, create HTTP request object. Next up, by using HTTP client, happily you can send the request and get HTTP response. Once you got the response, process HTTP response, right? Sir, I know these steps, but how to create HTTP client, how to create HTTP request object, like, just let me explain. Sir, what is our first step? Create HTTP client object. Very simple, sir. HTTP client we can able to create by using one factory method, new HTTP client. Can you just a very simple new HTTP client. Sir, can you please tell what is the exact code? Observe that HTTP client is equal to HTTP client is equal to HTTP client is a class, sir. Dot new HTTP client. That's all. Are you getting new HTTP client? New HTTP client is a static method present inside HTTP class and returns same class object. That's why it is the factory method. Are you getting? We can create HTTP client object by using which methods are? New HTTP client method. Remember that new HTTP client method present inside HTTP class. Sir, first time you people may feel difficult, but next time onwards, whenever you are referring second time, sir, then it will become very easy. Don't worry about that. Sir, now second one, sir. Sir, client object is ready. Are you getting? Once client is ready, we have to create request object. Right? Sir, what is the second? Sir, I want to send a request to redbus.in or amazon.com. I want to send a request to amazon.com. Assume that. So, to send a request to amazon.com, create HTTP request object. That's about my requirement, sir. Very simple. Have a look once. String URL is equal to okay, http://www.redbus.in. Sir, redbus.in. You can take, you can take anything, sir, no problem at all. You google.com, gmail.com, or any URL you can take. With this URL, I require to create HTTP request objects are a bit very dangerous line. Take more special care about this one, sir. But anyway, it is the difficult only first time. Second time onwards, it's very easy, sir. Can I spell out what is the way? HTTP request REQ is equal to, sir, HTTP request class contain a method. What is that method? Is new builder. Can you spell out, sir, what is the method name? New builder. This new builder is always going to take URI object. Which objects are? URI object. URI class present inside where? In the java.net package. Have you remember, right? URI. So, new URI of, sir, with what URL you want to send, sir? Very simple. Just pass that URL. Wow. Wonderful. Are you getting it? HTTP request dot new builder of new URI of URL. Sir, HTTP request dot new builder. New builder method not going to return HTTP request object. Are you getting? New builder method is going to return builder object. Are you able to understand, right? Okay. Sir, this new builder we require to use get method. Remember that, sir. We require to use which method, sir? Can I spell out? Get method we require to use. Get method is going to assign request method as get. Sometimes, do you know, we have get request, post request like in the HTTP, you may aware, sir. So I'm setting it is the get request to this builder. Sir, now from this, can you please build a request object? Can you please build a request object? Like, sir, the most dangerous line. Sir, you require to take a bit very special care, sir. HTTP request done, new builder of new URI. Sir, new builder method is going to return build object. Builder object is going to return get method. If I call get method, which is going to return, sir, builder object only. Dot build is the method we require to use. Clear? Now HTTP request is ready, sir. Okay, up to this I hope it's clear. So what is the first step we have to do, sir? Create HTTP request, HTTP client object. Second one, sir, create HTTP request object. Clear? Just up to this in my material, just let me show so that I will continue further. Have a look once. Observe that steps to send, okay, HTTP request and process HTTP response from Java application. Sir, just only 4 steps, right? Create HTTP client object, create HTTP request object, send a HTTP request by using HTTP client and get the HTTP response. Process a HTTP response, right? Okay. Next, the creation of HTTP client object. We can use HTTP client object and to send HTTP request to the web server. Okay, what is the purpose of HTTP client server? We can use HTTP client to send HTTP request to the web server. We can create HTTP client object by using factory method. Can I spell out what is that factory method, sir? New HTTP client. New HTTP client is equal to HTTP client dot new HTTP client. Clear for all of it? Sir, step number 1. Not required to keep any explanation. How to create HTTP client object. Now once client object is ready, now I have to send. Now I require to send, I require to create HTTP request object. We can create HTTP request object as follows. String URL is equal to http:/durgasub.com. Any URL you can send. HTTP request REQ is equal to HTTP request dot new builder of new URI dot get dot build. Observe that even for this you may feel a bit difficult. That's why clearly I provided explanation also. New builder method returns builder object. Get method sets the request method for this builder to get. Next, build method builds and returns HTTP request. Sir, what is the complete prototype of these methods also? I specified, sir. New builder method returns builder. Get method returns builder. Next, build method returns HTTP request object. Clear for all of it? Sir, total, it is the method chaining, sir. First, new builder method we are calling. On the result we are calling get method. On the result we are calling build method, right? Okay, that's all. So this is what you people should aware up to this, right? So how to create HTTP client, how to create HTTP request object. Clear up to this, right? Okay. Sir, now up to this we covered very clearly. Sir, what is the first, how to create HTTP client, how to create request object. Sir, environment is ready, request is ready, client is also ready. By using this client, send the request to the server. Are you getting? What is the which operation I have to do? Send the request we require to use. Sir, very simple. How to send the request? How you can send the request? Sir, on the client, HTTP client class contain 2 methods are there to send a request, sir. If you want to send a synchronous request, asynchronous request. Have you observed, right? Because HTTP 2 client can support both synchronous communication, asynchronous communication, right? Sir, if you want to send synchronous request, then we require to use client dot send a method. Can I spell out what is the method we require to use, right? Send a method we require to use. If you want to send a asynchronous request, then automatically we can go for client dot send async. Are you getting that? Clear? Sir, what is the method we require to use? Send async method. Sir, I will explain both programs. Don't worry about that. Even I will how to send asynchronous communication, how to send asynchronous request. Later point of time, how I can get that response, I will discuss. Don't worry, sir. Sir, which methods are available? Two methods. If you want to send a HTTP request, then automatically client.send method or send async method, right? Sir, complete prototype I will explain, sir. If I use client.send or send async method, now I will get HTTP response. Correct or not, sir? HTTP response RESP is equal to, observe carefully, sir, RESP is equal to client means what? Sir, HTTP client object, client dot send a method. Are you getting? Client dot send a method. Sir, which thing you require to send? I have to send the request object I have to send. Are you getting? Next, once you send the request, you will get the response. How to handle that response? Do you want to handle the response? Response as the string, response body as the string, do you want to handle? Or do you want to save this response to a file? Like you have to specify second argument, right? How you can able to do that? Very simple, sir. HTTP response, sir, dot body handler. Remember this one. What is this concept, sir? HTTP response dot body handler. Body handler is the functional interface present inside HTTP response, right? Remember that, sir. This body handler is the functional interface present inside HTTP response dot as a string. Sir, I want to handle the response as the string only. That's all. So now this is the way to send the request. Now automatically I will get the response, right? I hope up to this is the clear for all of you, right? Sir, can you please read once again? HTTP response RESP is equal to client dot send request comma HTTP response dot body handler dot as a string. Clear? I hope everyone can able to understand, right? Sir, can you please handle response body as a string? Sir, instead of as a string, if you want to write the response to a file also, happily you can write the response to your file. How you can able to do that? Very simple, sir. Same line I'm taking, client dot send now request comma HTTP response dot body handler. Are you getting? Dot body handler dot. Very important, sir. Observe a bit carefully. Dot. Instead of as string, we require to use as file. Are you getting? What is the method we require to use, right? As file method we require to use. Next, paths dot get. Sir, paths is a class present inside java.nio package, right? Sir, don't worry, just we are going to use only one time. Paths dot get method to which file you want to write. abc.html file. abc.html file I have to write. Are you able to understand, right? Okay. So this is the way how you can send the request. Very simple, sir. HTTP client contains send method or send async method, which is going to take two arguments. First argument is the request. Second argument is how to handle the response. Yeah, the string do you want to handle, or do you want to write to a file, like we have to discuss, right? Clear for all of you, right? So by using send method, you can send HTTP request. Okay, clear, right? Sir, now I got the response. The return type is what? I got the response. Once you got the response, how you can process that response? Are you getting that? How you can process the response, right? That part we have to discuss. Clear? Up to this, not required to keep much explanation. From Java program, if you want to send a HTTP request, if you want to process HTTP response, what are various steps are there? Step number 1, create HTTP client object. Create HTTP request object. By using client send a method, send this request, and automatically you will get response. Once a response is ready, how you can process that response, that part we have to discuss, right? Make sure you should aware this part I will discuss. Up to this, clear, right?